Get ready for your daily dose of marketing strategies and tactics from entrepreneurs with the guile and experience to help you find success in any marketing capacity. You're listening to Marketing School with your instructors, Neil Patel and Eric Siu.
Welcome to another episode of Marketing School. I'm Eric Siu.
And I'm Neil Patel.
And today we're going to talk about how to rank for head terms. So I think first and foremost, it makes sense to talk about what head terms are exactly. So head terms are, for example, if you're selling shoes online, you want to rank for shoes. Long tail would be more keywords like luxury red shoes, right? Or Neil Patel's red shoes, right? So those are more terms that shoes are a lot more generic. There's a lot more people searching for it. And then long tail is, these are the keywords that are more targeted. For the head terms, typically they are harder to rank for. So when you have a keyword like shoes, it can be pretty competitive, or it can be like engagement ring, for example, or wedding ring, for example. These are the head terms.
One easy way to think about it is head terms are 1 to 2 word phrases. Shoes or running shoes or basketball shoes, those are all examples of head terms. Long tail terms are usually 3 words or longer. For example, gray Nike running shoes. That's an example of a long tail term. Or gray women's shoes. That's another example of a long tail term.
Perfect. So how do you rank for head terms, Neil?
Head terms, a lot of it comes down to a mixture of 2 things. One is a lot of external links. The more websites that link to you, the better off you are. So the sites with the highest domain authority tend to do extremely well with ranking for head terms. Another thing to think about with head terms, it's links, as I mentioned, and brand queries. So the more people that type in your brand name, the more likely you are to also rank for head terms. So those are the 2 main things that I'm seeing. Also, if your domain name is the head term itself, it also makes it way easier to rank for, let's say, shoes. So if your domain name is running shoes, then there's a really high chance that you'll start ranking on Google for running shoes.
Right, and that makes a lot of sense, right? Because when you have runningshoes.com in the domain, a lot of people are going to link to www.runningshoes.com. So that anchor text is going to be within that link too. So it just naturally makes sense that you're going to rank well for that. Another thing I would recommend everyone reads is this case study that Glenn Assop did from ViperChill. He did a study calling out a group of companies that basically started to internally link to each other in the footer, where they would rank for, I think it was like beauty site or something like that, or top beauty sites.
That was Condé Nast, no?
I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure it was Condé Nast. He called them out because they just created a website or at that time, they created a top 10 review type of website, and they just automatically started ranking.
Got it. Yeah. So definitely recommend checking that out. And then also one thing we did in the past when I was at this one company, we had a pretty decent domain authority. I think it was above 60 or so. Remember, domain authorities from 1 to 100. I wanted to make use of the real estate that we had in the footer. The keywords that we started to push out there were learn web design, learn web development, keywords that we were not ranking for before. But I knew that because we had a good domain authority, that if I started to link for these internal kind of resource pages that we had, or these category pages, we'd start to do well. And even today, I think that site, even though they pulled those links away, they're still ranking number 1 or number 2 for those keywords. So we just literally made that change, and then all of a sudden we started to rank for a lot of different keywords like learn Ruby on Rails as well. So you can do a Google search for that. Also, like Neil mentioned, lots of external links coming in. Also, something that we're going to talk about in another episode is, the effectiveness of 301 redirects too. So if you are lucky enough to find sites that have a good amount of links, link equity, good domain authority, you can, get those links coming back to your site. And, it's often a pretty good price for acquiring a site. So, Neil, anything else to add on this one? I think we've covered most of it.
Yeah, the one last thing that I would add is whatever page you're trying to rank, typically it's going to be a content page. Make sure it's really in-depth and thorough. If it's not, it's going to be harder to rank for whatever head term that you're really trying to aim for. It has to be super thorough. I wrote a lot of advanced guides on neilpatel.com and QuickSprout. That's helped really well. Those pages rank extremely high. So the more thorough and detailed you are with your content, the easier it is going to be to rank for these head terms. And you can use MarketMuse, which is a software you can plug in your page, and it'll tell you for those head terms who else also ranks from on Google, and it'll tell you all the other phrases that you're missing and you should be adding to your own website to make it more thorough.
All right, that's it for today's brief episode of Marketing School. We'll see you tomorrow.
This session of Marketing School has come to a close. Be sure to subscribe for more daily marketing strategies and tactics to help you find the success you've always dreamed of. And don't forget to rate and review so we can continue to bring you the best daily content possible. We'll see you in class tomorrow, right here on Marketing School.